1500 years after the invention of chess, we're proud to finally present its ultimate successor. It represents such a unique, radically different feeling to the experience of the original game that we can no longer in our right conscience call it chess. Presenting Chessn't. The game starts off with the classic setup, two players facing off against each other in alternating turns. At the heart of the game are modifiers. These come in two flavors. Piece modifiers can be attached to pieces to change their behavior. For example, the push modifier allows your piece to push another piece out of its way. Or the teleport move, which allows the affected piece to move to any free square on the board. The second type of modifiers can be applied to the board itself. Each turn, a random modifier is added to the player's hand. These can be dragged and dropped onto the pieces or the board before making a move, or you can hold on to them and use them in the future. In recent years, chess has gained a lot of popularity thanks to streaming services and online platforms such as chess.com or Lichess. While chess variants exist, they're usually based around gimmicks that change the base game in a fun and non-necessarily balanced way. This makes them a temporary activity for most people who otherwise enjoy the base game. Our aim with Chessn't isn't just to create another variant of chess, but rather build on its well-established rule set to create a game which is both more fun and deeply strategic, capturing the attention of both young and more mature audiences. The sheer amount of modifier combinations makes each game more exciting while keeping the game easy to learn and difficult to master. The added randomness eliminates a lot of memorization, rewarding creative thinking and making each game unpredictable. Since Chessn't was developed during a game jam, the codebase is far from perfect. Our first priority is to refactor the project to make it more maintainable and easier to extend in the future. Once we have a solid base, our next task is to add all missing modifiers and features which we could not implement in time for the game jam deadline. This includes rules like removing parts of the board to create non-traversable chasms, affecting enemy pieces with telekinesis, and completely new pieces with unique rules and behaviors. The only limits here are our imaginations and competitive integrity. Along with the new and existing features, we need a better way to show their effect to the player. These include move animations for the pieces, transparent visuals for modifiers like the HP buff, and better UI which simplifies inspecting the various pieces and modifiers on the board. After all the technology is in place, we have to worry about balancing the game. In the current state, you can sometimes win on the first move with a little bit of luck. For the game to be competitive, we need to carefully adjust the modifiers and RNG-based elements so that they do not influence the skill-based nature of the game. Finally, for the game to be fully polished, we need to introduce a number of elements around the game itself. Some examples include AI opponents, dedicated server support, VFX and SFX customization options, settings, and lobbies with support for custom rulesets. That is all for the presentation of our game Chessn't. Thank you for listening to our pitch, and we hope you have as much fun playing the game as us.